Hello Star Wars friends and YouTubers, Art Biker Scout coming at you in another video. Just thought I'd show you my R2D2 collection today and talk a little bit about the 6-inch R2 because it's the only 6-inch figure I have so far. I'll talk about why that is in a little bit. But just give you an idea what I do, why I have these R2s, and why I don't have other R2s, and what I use them for. Usually, if you see my collection videos, I like to display things mostly in dioramas or set themes. So R2D2's throughout the 6 movies, so he's in the Clone Wars too, so he's shown quite a different number of times. I can use him pretty much anywhere. I'm missing maybe one R2 that I don't have. There's been 44 R2D2s up to the 2nd series Black Wave, which just is coming out now, that's been offered over the years, going back to the original. I've got a fondness for R2D2. One of my first figures was R2D2. This is my original R2D2. And he's a bit worse for wear, but he is one of my first 2 figures, him and 3PO. If you heard me talk about that on Star Wars Live or any live show, he's got rust in the bottom, but he's my original, so I have him. Then I also have from Kenner, there was the R2D2 with sensor scope, which luckily still has a sticker, and he's got the sensor scope here. So those are just with my Kenner displays. That's how I use those. Then we'll go through the movies here. This is the 1999 R2D2 with the rockets. It wasn't made that well, and of course they didn't really even use the rockets in episode 1. But I use this one for like Naboo stuff, Naboo displays, that kind of thing. And then I use this one, which is a remote control one, for inside the Queen Starship. Sometimes I use the other one too. I could get the Queen Starship one, but I'm really not that enthused about that one, or another generic R2D2 that could be used for that. I got this R2D2 for episode 2. This came out in 2010. It came with the C-3PO, and it's got the dragging thing. And I thought the C-3PO is the best there is, and it's nice to have the R2 so of course this is used for a Geonosis display. That's how I use this one. This one here I sometimes use with the Coruscant stuff. This came out in 2002 Saga. Of course it leaks. Sometimes I use it like with the wedding ceremony. It's got a variety of uses in displays. I like the little thing there. It's the only one I have like that does that. This is a 2000 released from, it's called the Naboo Escape. I usually generally use it for episode 2 stuff, or on Tatooine for episode 1 stuff. It is a pretty cool one. I guess you could use it all over. It's sort of universal. It's got this dirt mark on the front. It's not that bad of R2. It rolls nice. And the Clone Wars one, I got in a multi-pack. It's pretty much the same as the individual release, my understanding. I don't really have those up in dioramas or anything, so he just stands by 3PO. This one, of course, is very episode 3 specific, so it's with the battle droids at the very beginning of that. I don't really have any other R2s displayed my R2 episode 3 stuff. This R2D2 I use like with the Death Star or with Hoth, depending. It's pretty generic. I like it. It's the 2006 Hoth version. I really like that version quite a bit. I never got the OTC one from 2004. This one I use with the purchase of the droids. I would like to get eventually the Legacy one, maybe from 2009, or maybe some future release down the road. I'm not in a big hurry. This is the original Power of the Force one from 1995. I think it still holds up in displays, and it's not a bad figure at all. It just got a little different way to do the third leg, and it's not a big deal. I think still lights up on the front. This one here is I use for Hoth displays too. Pretty much, this is the Hoth one. I sometimes get these guys mixed up a little bit because they're so similar. I think these are just 2 reprints of one another. Or I could use it like with the episode 5 or Empire Strikes Back, Leia and Luke towards the end of the movie with 3PO, there's Lando standing together. I generally use this one, which came out in Power of the Force days, 1998, I believe. It's the first one, like one with sensor scope of the modern era. I generally use it for Bespin. It's got this color cutter, and it's got one of those sockets that you can like he plugs in Best Buy. I suppose you could use it for Death Stars and that kind of thing. This one's very Dagobah specific. I think this one used to make noise, but it doesn't anymore. But this is from Original Trilogy Collection. Dirtiest R2D2 to date. I like that one quite a bit. It works well. This one here is another sort of generic R2D2. It's actually the one with the shield generator assault. I didn't grab all the accessories, guys. I'm just going over them so you can see the basic figures and what I do with them. Anyway, use this for Return of the Jedi stuff. Anything from the Rebel Briefing kind of thing, Home One stuff, or sometimes Endor, but there's more specific Endor figures, or even Jabba's. It's pretty universal R2D2. This one here I put with the sail barge stuff. It's not that bad of it's sort of a bad R2D2. It launches the saber. It's from the flashback figures, but I still use it because I only got these 20 out of the 44. Why not put it with the displays? If they get outdated, they go in these other Power of the Force leftover kind of things. Then this is the Endor one, so it's got the green feet. Usually that's with the Ewok Village or with the Endor display. Of course, I'm working on the diorama, which I still haven't shown you even a peek of. But it's going a little slowly here and there, but I have been working on it lately, so that's cool. Then this is the Vintage Collection one, which of course is smaller. It's not good for an astromech socket or anything. I do generally use it around Jabba's displays, but sometimes I use it elsewhere. So that's sort of an idea of what I do with my R2D2s. I've got all of them, and like I said, the only one I'm really missing out of the 3 3/4 that would be sort of nice would be the one with the little restraining bolt from 2009. I passed on that one initially, and I don't have it. But I'm not in a huge hurry, so let's take a look at the 6-inch figure and my thoughts on that. Okay guys, I'm going to talk about this briefly. There's a lot of reviews on this figure already, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. Just give you a little bit of idea of what I think of the figure and the packaging. I think the packaging is nice for this size, especially because you can replace everything you want. I don't like this back art. I don't care what. They don't tell you anything about anything, and they have stupid little bios that don't tell you much either. That I don't like, but as far as the front and the replaceability of it, it's great. But for 3 3/4, it sucks big time. It bites the big one. So anyway, what about the figure itself? Comes with a number of different things here. Comes with the rockets. It also comes with these 2 blue bits. If you're not going to have the rockets, 2 different little arms in the front. The socket arm for going into computer terminals, and then this other claw arm like he uses on Dagobah and Empire Strikes Back. Then you get some things you can put on the top of him. You got the lightsaber, which won't fit in all the way, but it's kind of nice to have that. You got this bit here, which he uses on Hoth when he's looking to see where Han and Luke might be, and then this one, which he uses on Dagobah. So that's really nice. They don't have the cutting arm, I guess he uses in Jedi, but that's the way the ball bounces, so to speak, whatever you want to say. And I like the way they did the rolling figures. Some people say this is a bit too small. I don't know. I don't have any other figures really to compare them to, but it seems like a decent size to me. Oops. He also got this clicking feature with the head, which is nice. I like that quite a bit. And that also brings the 3rd leg down. Let's see, this is the first time I'm putting the 3rd leg down, so let's see how he looks that way, or if I can get him to stand. Ugh, it's kind of a mess. It's not very easy, especially with one hand, but just a second, guys. Okay, there it is with his 3rd leg out. He had to do a little bit of manipulating, which I couldn't do with one hand very easily. I give the figure quite a high rating. I like how it looks. It looks like R2D2. What can you say? It's a very clean version of him. As far as the 6-inch size goes in general, if you don't know, I'm just getting Return of the Jedi base figures, and even then I'm just deciding, do I just want to do Endor, or do I want to do the whole movie, or what? But I think I'll do the whole movie. Heard the Leia's coming out and it's sort of bad, but we'll see. Because Return of the Jedi is my thing, and I don't want to get, I've already invested so much in 3 3/4, I don't want to get way in deep with these 6-inch figures, and I don't even know where to put them. that's another reason. So this is the first time I'm really not all in. Like at the beginning of '95, I kept going and got every little figure until about 2002, and then I started being more selective. Got rid of a few since then, but anyway, so I'm not all in on this. I'm just in with Return of the Jedi figures. We'll see how it goes. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts and reviews of my R2D2 collection and a look at this Black Series figure. And until next time, guys, may the Force be with you.